Yesterday. Plenty of time, steps up in the pocket, fires to the end zone. Touchdown, John Mechie. Play fake, Bryce Young loads, rips it to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
This could be a problem. All right, y'all, it's Black Pack Sports. Welcome back. Today we got a barn burner and a doozy coming up in the national championship game, Georgia versus Alabama. Woo! Can't wait for this one. There are a ton of scintillating storylines that we can draw from in this game, not the least of which the quarterback matchup. You know what I'm saying? When we're going to talk about what's happening between Stetson Bennett, the walk-on at Georgia, going up against the big bad wolf himself, Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner. Boy can do it all. Five-tool MC, if you will. Obviously, pro-ready quarterback. Alabama's not really known for putting out pro-level quarterbacks like that. I mean, obviously, Mac Jones has done fairly well, but as far as Alabama, you don't really look at them as this bastion of quarterback greatness moving forward into the next level. So that's going to be one of the things that is really going to need to be kept an eye on. And quite frankly, is going to be one of the, could possibly be a Cinderella story if Stetson Bennett were able to pull off the, in my opinion, upset, even though we know that Georgia's two and a half point favorites in the game, but it's kind of hard to root or to bet against Alabama, especially a Nick Saban coached Alabama team. I mean, these guys are just, they put so many people into the pros. The attention to detail, they're meticulous in the way that they prepare. So going up against them, even though it's going to be the second time, that's going to be the only saving grace that I think that Georgia has moving in is that it is very, very difficult to play a team twice in the same year, especially this close. You must say this. Alabama going into the SEC championship game, when they went in, there were only two undefeated teams left playing in college football. And that was Georgia and Cincinnati. Alabama proceeded to steamroll Georgia and then put that thing on Cincinnati as well. So we're talking about cats who don't really shy away from the moment, the pressure, and looking at what's happening. They're like, look, it's us and everybody else. It's a two-tier system when it comes to Alabama, at least in their eyes and Nick Saban. It's them and then the whole rest of the field. It's like, who do you want? Who do you bet on? Alabama or you take the field. And for the most part, if you think about what Nick Saban's done, it's kind of hard to bet the field. It's like, man, you got to go Alabama and Nick Saban. Which brings me to one of the other intriguing matchups, which is Kirby Smart versus Nick Saban. Obviously, student versus teacher. It's going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on, considering what it seems like, at least in the last however many years, is that Nick Saban is inside Kirby Smart's head. However, this is one of the most talented teams, save Stetson Bennett, who does have the pass run option, which should serve them pretty well. But when you're thinking about that pass rush, that Alabama pass rush with Will Anderson, that right there, could be trouble. That one right there, that's another one to keep an eye on, because they could have these cats in for a long day. It could be one of them national nightmares that they gonna wish they wanted to wake up from. So that's one to keep an eye on. Another one is obviously Jameson Williams, the wide receiver of Alabama. This guy's obviously pro-ready receiver. And so what can Georgia's pass defense really do against that? Those are the real matchups that I'm looking forward to. And as far as adjustments, because obviously Alabama put that whooping on Georgia last time they met. So one of the things I'd really like to see from Kirby Smart and that team today is the pass rush. Last time, I guess they got lulled into that false sense of security, thinking that because Auburn handled that line quite well, they looked at Alabama as that was Alabama's weakness. So it's like, okay, well, we're just going to rush forward if that's going to be the case, and then we'll keep people back, to handle cats like Williams to make sure they don't get loose. but we see how that turned out. Nick Saban, once again, meticulous as a coach. Master of the adjustment. Obviously was able to look at the tape, get everybody on board, and fix that, shore up that weakness. And by the time Georgia ran into him, that game plan was shot. So today, I need to see 5 or 6 pass rushes. I need to see Bryce Young have that real pressure put and applied to him to see if they can force a few mistakes. Because if they can force a couple mistakes out of Bryce Young, that's the thing. Although he had obviously a great, incredible year this year, there were times you saw that there were some mistakes made that could have been real costly, and he got away with those things. If on the biggest stage, Kirby Smart can make that adjustment, rush 5 or 6, could be a Cinderella story in the making. That's my perspective on what I'm seeing. I can't wait to see how the game plays out. And I will say this, even though it's kind of hard to vote and to bet against Nick Saban, Georgia at one point is going to have to get this thing done. And I'm going to go ahead and take Georgia to cover that spread and to win the game, and to have Stetson Bennett go home as the real Cinderella with the glass slipper this year and take it all home. And was it been 40 years since Georgia won a championship? So can't wait to see. I'm cautiously optimistic, let's just put it that way. But we shall see how it goes moving forward. And we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll give y'all a recap about what we saw tonight. All right, until then, Black Pack.